With demolition lurking around the corner, the Century 3 Mall in West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, a suburb of Pittsburgh, stands at 2 stories with at one time over 200 stores and restaurants. The area began in 1913 and was a site that the US steel mills in Rankin, Braddock, and Duquesne used to dump slag. This area was known as Brown's Dump, 200 feet high already by 1949. Supposedly the site could be seen from 25 miles away and lit up red with the hot slags glowing in the night. Beginning in 1969, the USS Realty Development, which was a division of US Steel who owned the property, wanted to use the site for a more productive purpose. Malls were increasing in popularity during the 1970s, and with a few shops being successful at the base of the mountain of the slag, the idea of a mall quickly went into action. In 1976, USS Realty and Edward J. DeBartolo Corporation began to develop the Century 3 Mall. The mall was named after the United States' 1976 Bicentennial anniversary. Before construction began, over 5 million pounds of slag was removed, and much of it reused for roadwork and strengthening bridges. Costing $100 million, with over 6,000 parking spaces, the 1.6 million square foot mall opened in October 1979, the third largest mall at the time of its completion. J.C. Penney was the first major retailer to secure a construction permit on June 18, 1978. Penney's, along with Kaufmann's, both anchor stores, were 2 stories that opened during the first phase in October 1979. They were 2 of the 75 stores that opened. During the second phase, in March 1979, Montgomery Ward as an anchor store, and 46 additional stores opened. Later in 1980, 2 more anchor stores, Gimbel's and Sears, opened. Montgomery Ward closed in 1985-86 and was replaced by Joseph Horn Company, which later became Lazarus after their acquisition of Horn's. TJ Maxx later replaced Gimbel's after they closed in 1988, and the location was a TJ Maxx and more until 2003. In the 1980s, US Steel sold its interest in the mall and land. At the base of the land after the mall was built, stores continued to be built such as Home Depot. In 1990, the Century Square Luxury Cinema, a 12-screen movie theater, was added. In 1996, the DeBartolo Realty Group was acquired by the Simon Property Group for $3 billion. Afterward, the mall started to decline. Increased competition led to lost business. Numerous malls had opened since the Century 3, along with others going through upgrades and renovations, which made the Century feel old and outdated. The waterfront opened in 1999, as well as competition from Southside Works, the mall at Robinson, and Pittsburgh Mills. Some stores left the Century 3 for the newer and improved malls, such as Nordstrom, which opened in Ross Park Mall. The Century 3 did go through an $8 million renovation in 1997 to add some skylights throughout and other features. Simon Property Group wanted to focus on better performing malls, and in 2011 defaulted on a $78 million loan, which transferred the ownership to its lenders. For 2 years, Jones Lang LaSalle managed the mall before it was purchased by Moonbeam Capital Investments LLC in May 13, 2013. For $10.5 million. With a struggle to keep customers in the mall due to not only competition from other malls but the changing habits of shoppers, many stores left or closed, such as Borders, Macy's in 2009, and Sears in 2014. By 2015, the mall was over half vacant. By July 2017, the food court that once had more than 20 eateries was completely empty. On September 3rd the same year, Century 3 Mall PA LLC, an affiliate of Moonbeam, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection to prevent a share sale. Numerous stores left. More stores moved from the mall after February 6, 2019. West Mifflin deemed the mall to be unsafe due to numerous code violations, including a non-functional sprinkler system. 10 days later, the remaining tenants were issued eviction notices and had to vacate by 30 days. Dick's Sporting Goods, which opened in 2004, was forced to close after a bankruptcy judge in 2019 allowed the mall to reject their lease. The last tenant to leave the mall was J.C. Penney in October 2019. They remained in the mall until Penney's announced store closures since they themselves were struggling and announced their Century 3 location was part of the list of 150 store closings. Century 3 had originally hoped JCPenney would remain, and during reconstruction, they would keep that store and build around it. With Penney's now gone, there have been numerous ideas planned, including mixed-use developments for offices, apartments and living spaces, hotels, restaurants, along with other stores. On August 31st, 2019, though, Moonbeam's website stated that they had sold the mall.